music etiquette, and I'm back again because I'm in the zone, and I'm back with a 12 track album mixtape slash something that people call releases these days. The name of the thing is called Heaven Can Wait Narrow Door Volume 1. It's A-Reece, Jody, and Blue Tape. And when I saw Blue Tape, I was like, okay, maybe it's probably the name of the album. But yeah, apparently Blue Tape is a name of an artist or a producer. I don't know, I stand to be corrected. Getting into this thing, I guess we were blessed with A-Reece dropping a few things over the past year, which has been something, I don't know, his mystique lately doesn't allow him to, I don't know, drop a lot, and you usually see him with lesser known artists. So yeah, getting into this thing, first track is called The White Light featuring Tandoonji. Yeah, that's her name, Tandoonji. Like, it's like just Tando with Tenji. But yeah, it's that lady that was trending because her name was controversial, or I don't know, funny or something, I don't know. But yeah, she doesn't really do much. She just hums, not the Kid Cudi type, but yeah, she harmonizes, and then that's the last we've seen from her. The other thing that confused me is I never knew when Jody or Blue Tape was on the thing, but yeah, I guess that's me not really listening to artists that are not on the mainstream. But yeah, anyway, The White Light is the first track on this thing. It does this repetitive interlude-esque guitar thing at the beginning, and this chatter, obviously from a sample, maybe from a movie or something. And then yeah, A-Reece just comes through with this braggadocious rap bars as usual, grand intro like something bad is about to happen. And yeah, one of the standout bars for me on this thing was when he said, "You make a living, I'm living my life." Yeah, so it was double entendre-ish or something like that. I love the legendary beat switches. You will remember it from things like Mino and Honeydew. And yeah, it gets better. The screaming rap, not the Meek Mill type, but the rockstar type rap that I really enjoyed. And yeah, the next track on this thing is called Drive Slow. I liked the unique combination of instruments. It has a catchy chorus, and yeah, A-Reece is just always killing everyone. And another bar here was him saying, "They're looking at me like they're facing their fears." They're looking at me like they're facing their fears. So yeah, that was crazy for me to hear. The other track on this thing is called Tough Luck. Roddy Ricch would absolutely body this beat. It's silky smooth, and you can tell that it draws inspiration from R&B, and it's one of the slower beats on this thing. It sinks in a week probably. The other track on this thing is called Black Kids that I enjoyed. It has this feisty beat, and yeah, it's just storytelling. Long story short, about a black kid making it out of the hood and realizing their dreams. And the other track here is called Bill Russell featuring Malusin Masi, I hope I'm saying it right, and Saul Mariope. So yeah, it was crazy, insane. The production was just off the charts, and yeah, everyone came to the party, and it felt like I was listening to Forever by Kanye West, Drake, Lil Wayne, and Eminem. That's just how good this thing was. Out of Reach, first thing that came to mind was, where's Elaine on this thing, man? Yeah, and then again it switches, and A-Reece is singing. It gave me the Marvin's Room vibes, but with, I don't know, the South African twist, or should I say. And the other track on this thing is called More Than a Night, featuring the amazing Ayanda Gia, who's been quiet for a while, but that's a story for another day. Yeah, it's the craziest track here. It flows, but I feel like they could have done better mixing her vocals, because it was, the track is here, and then all of a sudden when she goes in, it's like so yeah, you can't miss that when you're listening to an album, like all the elements of it. But overall, it's a solid Billboard track. We don't have billboards, but it should be dominating radio. But in South Africa, that's story for another day. The other track is called Automatic. It felt like a marathon track for me, bar for bar. It kept going like an AR-15, like, you know, the gun, or a Tech 9. And to think of it, it's actually fitting for him to call it automatic because it felt like an automatic machine gun. Anyway, the other track on here is called Ridiculous, and yeah, the title once more lives up to the title. And yeah, that's like, at this point there's nothing new. We know what you put A-Reece on the beat, he's gonna tear it up, and he does that pretty well. And it was kind of boring. I know it may be unfair to say that, but I know he can do this. It's the same as watching Russell Westbrook play. He will drop a triple-double at will, like in his sleep. But I mean, what else can you do? There's a track or an interlude called Indoor featuring Saul Mariope once more. And yeah, it's a pretty long interlude, but I don't think there's anything that says an interlude shouldn't be long. Yeah, it was a pretty cool beat. Once again, it sounded like a sampled 80s classic banger, and it kind of sounded like he was rapping behind the beat. So it was, I don't know, it was like, am I listening to the beat or you rapping? Because I don't know, it was like going to a concert and you're at the back and you're jumping up to see the stage the whole time. That's how it felt like. And yeah, but I love the chorus. I'm not gonna take that away. The last track on this thing is called The Confrontation, and I'm assuming it's Jody based on the one track that I remember this kind of flow from. And it's raw, it's uncut. They tear up the industry. Like, they talk about how it sucks, or the price of being independent is, yeah, that's what they talk about. I don't want to ruin it for you. It's a fitting ending considering that I'm assuming that everyone on this thing is independent. So it was a nice way of closing. So what do I think about the thing? It could have been better. I mean, I guess at this point everyone is just showing their range, their skill sets, their production ability. As much as I know that the production could have been better, because it's not the worst, but it could have, I don't know, been turned up a notch a bit. But you know, you live and you learn, and it's only gonna get better from here. 2022 hosts new opportunities and things like that. So yeah, it's not a bad listen. Take your time, go listen to it. A-Reece, Jody Blue Tape, forever.
Step up in the building, I be shining so hard, it be blinded. Man, I put my work up in this bitch, I be grinding. Man, I'm from